And how did you make ends meet when, like, during this long period? What did you do to stay alive?
Well, live cheap, but I did construction.
Okay. So does that help?
Manual labor, basically.
Does that help being like in construction? Because a lot of your work is there's so much building, there's so much rooms and sets, and it's very physical. You're inside these spaces, and the spaces in you are kind of indistinguishable in a way.
I don't know. I have talked about that period in construction having an effect on my work. And to some degree, I think it's true. But in another way, I'm not sure. I think in '68, I had made a piece. When I went to school, one of the things that was interesting about this University of Utah thing was that it was filmmaking and experimental film. And then the other side thing was minimalism. Minimalism was in its prime, in a way, in that '60s period, and pop. And then the paintings of Frank Stella and Larry Pooms and Kenneth Nolan. So you had these different, options, you could say. And in a way, I was interested in all of them. And so were a lot of the other students. It wasn't, later it becomes, well, you're either one or the other. You can't be all, there are contradictions. But at that moment, I didn't see them as contradictions, really, and I was making these minimal sculptures that were in the shape of letters, and the main one was called The Dead Age. H is for human. And what was interesting at that point is that minimalism and Clement Greenberg and concreteness, like non-representation, and yet post-minimalism is really about, to some degree, a return to the body. It's a preliminary to performance and action, and really spelled out in the sense of course, American Western art is spelled out by Nauman, but I had made this H, and I referred to it as a human, and part of it, the H, was that it was hollow, and then I had made a cube, and it was hollow, and I talked about that the essence of the cube of Tony Smith wasn't that it was a cube, but that it was a shape that contained a void inside, which you couldn't see, and once it was sealed up forever. And so this thing of inside and outside, windows and doors and holes, those in architecture, inside, outside, related to architecture. Inside, outside, related to the body. Holes, entry into architecture, entry into the body. So the body is architecture, architecture is the body, and the inside and the outside. That is one of the primary conceptual parts of my work. And so, was it me as in construction that did that? No, I don't think so. And the show that's at M Woods now, for me, when they sent me the architectural drawings, we made a model of the building, and in a way, other than a peak roof, it's a type of cube. And there was this thing, it wasn't my idea, but I think a really fantastic idea from you, that you enter through the back. So the front door becomes the back door becomes the front door. That's a concept that's very interesting to me. Making pieces where you reverse entries or you tune things upside down, reversing all the time, all the time, all the time. In a way, reversing being a way to abstract an object. And by abstracting it, you get to see it in a new way. You see it in a fresh way. And you have to think about it differently. So this whole thing. So when they did this thing of going in the back door, I really liked it. But also, I saw the building as a skull. I'd often thought of as the cube as a skull. So the show, although it's a series of videotapes, I don't know how many, 30, 40 of them.
43.
Yeah, but it's a series of rooms. And at the time there was this idea of maybe using monitors and earphones and isolating the videos in a particular way. But I kind of like the idea that it becomes a type of experience where you enter it and you go into a room and there's two videos playing at the same time and they get mixed. If you look at one and you look at the other, like a dreamscape. Like you look and it's one image and then you turn, you look, and then somehow they merge together in a dream kind of, in your brain, in this brain we have. And as you move from room to room, the sounds of one room become part of the piece. So it's a dreamscape and how you walk through it. So it's a video show, but it's also some way of using the pieces, although they're independent, using them to create a new piece, which is using the architecture as a skull and the experience as a kind of dream experience. So that kind of idea, like what can I say? I'm cannibalizing my own work by making this piece. It all gets mixed up. And then in the center exists a piece in 4 channels, and you find yourself going down into it, that is a 7-hour narrative. It has a beginning and an end. But most people will walk in, experience it from anywhere from 10 seconds to a couple hours maybe. But to sit through the whole thing is another type of experience. And it's not one that I expect to happen too often. So you sort of enter a core. So it's the skull with a brain, and it's a dream brain with a core. So I see it as a single piece as well as multiple videos.